Hello, my name's Katy Fryd and I'm an artist, and I'm going to do an exhibition about autism, specifically high functioning autism and Asperger's. I'm also hoping to raise lots of money for an autism charity with this exhibition. Whilst I understand the huge difficulties faced with those with severe autism, I wanted to focus on the higher functioning end of the spectrum because the autism can be more invisible and therefore it's more difficult to get diagnosis and support and understanding. I'm an artist currently working in paint and printmaking, and my previous work has focused on subjects such as birth trauma, domestic violence, and depression. I really want to use this exhibition to depict what it's like to actually live with autism, either how it affects the person themselves, but also the family around that individual. I want the exhibition to be somewhere that you can take your friends and family, and they'd come away with a little more understanding. So those that maybe judge you, your parenting a little too quickly, rather than, and suggest the child is spoiled, rather than looking at the reasons why your child might behave the way they do. I also hope to show those in power who are making decisions how a diagnosis is really important in getting further support, and also for disability and equality rights. I'm also hoping the exhibition will help stop those people who suggest there's nothing wrong with your child, and that you're making it all up, or the ones that say he doesn't seem that bad, he doesn't look that bad, when they don't actually see what goes on day to day inside your home. I'm also hoping that the idea of alternative schools for some of these children who don't fit into mainstream schools or are uncomfortable going to mainstream schools, the idea of alternative schools could be looked at for them. I know that there's a lot of parents who choose to home ed because it seems to be the only choice for them, and I think there should be more availability to a different choice for these children. I want this to be a really big exhibition running in London for approximately 6 weeks, and possibly elsewhere in the country if I get enough funding to do so. As I said earlier, I will be trying to raise a large amount of money for an autism charity. At this stage, I'm just in the research and development stage of this exhibition, so I haven't actually chosen a charity yet or got any agreement from them. But that is something that I'm hoping to do, and I'm hoping that I can raise a really good amount of money for them. But to do this, I have to check some things with other funding bodies to see if I'm allowed to do it in the way I want to. But there will be money raised for the charity, for a charity. So further on down the line, I will do another video and explain what charity I've found to work with, and I'm also looking for private sponsorship, and also I may do some crowdfunding in the future. Okay, so this is where I need your help, and no, I do not need any money from you, but what I really do want from you at this stage is basically I need lots of people who are showing that they want this exhibition to happen. I'm going to be applying for grants for the artists from the Arts Council, which is funded by the National Lottery, and if I can prove that there are enough people in this country who want this exhibition to go ahead, then I would have a stronger case for getting some funding. And if I'm being able to get funding from them, it's going to give me more chance to make money for a charity, as long as they agree. I need to check what I'm allowed to do regarding the charitable side. It may be that I can sell the paintings at the end, and that the proceeds from that can go to a charity. So all I need from you at this stage is I've got a link below this YouTube video. So if you click on this video and go or visit YouTube, there'll be a link below that will take you to my website, and on my website I've got the video again, but I will also underneath that will have a email sign up form, and all I need would be your email address. If you are really kind, then you can fill out the rest of the form, which has got your name, address, then some other details about what city you're in. That's just so I can look at, you know, if there's more people in the north of the country, then I may do the exhibition in Manchester rather than London, or I may look, if there's a lot of people showing interest in the north, then I can do, maybe I can think about taking that exhibition up to Manchester or something like that. So I've got a sort of whereabouts in the country you live. That would be really helpful. Basically, none of that is essential. The email is the only thing that you need to fill out on the form, but any additional information would be really useful to me. There's also some questions about some items, which is basically I'm looking at asking for sponsorship, and those questions might help me to request some sponsorship. But you won't be spammed, your information is safe. I won't be selling it to any third party or anything like that. It is purely for me to get statistics to pass on to other companies. So yeah, please fill as much of the form as you feel comfortable, fill it out, and you can always, I think with the MailChimp, you can always go back and fill out more information later on at a later stage. If you sign up to my mailing list, it would mean that I will know a sort of number of people that are interested in this exhibition, and I'll also be able to keep you updated, because this sort of thing might take over a year to actually complete. So it just means that I'm able to contact you and say, hey, look, this is going on, this is how far we've got. I would also love to be able to ask some questions to some people who have got children with these, what I like to call diffabilities, because I don't think they're necessarily disabilities, but they're differently abled rather than disabled. I'd like, there's some questions that I would like to ask, and you know, there's even the possibility at a later stage that I would love to come and visit some of you and discuss, if you're willing, and discuss some of the information that you may have given to me by then. If you've got any experiences that you would love to tell me about that may be useful, then please do email me at Spectrum, so SPECTRUM at katyfryd.co.uk. That's katyfryd.co.uk. So yeah, I'd be really grateful if you could send me emails with stories about sort of things that are maybe, so I know that there's a bit of a common theme with children with high functioning autism or Asperger's. There are certain things that you notice that a lot of kids do, and part of this exhibition I would like to have images that would show to somebody walking around that gallery that may not have even considered autism for their child, but they know there's something wrong, and they go around the exhibition and they suddenly realise that that could be a possibility and that they know to look into it. So yeah, I'd really like that to be as part of the idea of the exhibition. I've also got I've got my main artist Facebook page, which is Katy Fryd Artist, but I've also set up an event which is called UK Autism Art Project, and then it's got working title in brackets. So that's an event you can probably search for on Facebook and join. I might put a link somewhere if I can find how to do that. And if you can join that event, then you will be kept updated. There's no actual date for this exhibition yet, because it's all sort of, I'm working towards it, but if you join there, I'm not going to be posting all the time in there, but when I do have a date, I'll be posting there, and you'll be able to find out, especially if you don't want to sign up to the mailing list. But the mailing list will probably be the best way of getting the information. Yeah, so that would be really great if as many people can do this as possible. Then it just means that I know that there's people that want this sort of thing to happen. That would be great. Thank you. As I said, I'm still in the research and development stage of this project, but I would really like to hear your experiences and the circumstances that you've had to go through. I would really like to hear from anyone who has a child with these conditions who is a girl, because I think it's harder to diagnose with the girls. And also I'd be really interested in anyone who has struggled for years to get the diagnosis, but they finally got it, and if they could sort of let me know how they feel now, and how much of a struggle it was, and why it would have been better had they been able to get that diagnosis sooner, or maybe they think it hasn't helped them. But I'd really love to know if anyone, you know, if it would have actually been a better outcome for the child had they got that diagnosis a few years earlier, when they first thought there was something going on. I'd also like to hear, obviously, from anyone who hasn't yet been diagnosed but is absolutely certain that there's something wrong with their child, or something different, I should say, something different with their child, and if they could sort of explain how they're feeling, how they're struggling to get a diagnosis, or to get anyone to listen to the problems that they're having. Obviously all this information would be strictly confidential. I'm also really interested in anyone who is experiencing, there's some really sort of nasty experiences that can go alongside this diagnosis, and although I want to focus on positive as well, I do want to look at the downsides, because if everything's positive then nothing's going to change. So I do want to look at some of the negative aspects, and I think a lot of parents and carers don't talk about a lot of the negative things, because they're afraid of repeating some of the things their children have said or done. So I would like to hear about some of those things, and obviously if I translate any of these into paintings, like some of these, I don't do realistic work, but I will be trying to make work from the information that I'm getting, and obviously it will be completely anonymous, but it's just to sort of get an idea of the experiences that these parents and carers are feeling. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, really. I'm also really interested in the way that Facebook has allowed the possibility of a community. So instead of being isolated, these parents and carers can get together, and relatives, and they can discuss common things that are happening, common experiences. And I think that's been a really good opportunity and really helpful and really good resource for people. And I kind of wanted to celebrate some of the people that have made some of these Facebook pages and groups. So if you know of a really good one that has either lifted your spirits, or one that has really helped you, or even just one so you can say all the bad stuff and get it all out, and all that kind of stuff, then if that's really helped you, please do let me know the name of those groups or pages. I would love to discuss some things with the owners of those pages, so that would be really great. I want to make a really big impression, a big impact, really make a difference and make people think. People from the general public, or your family, friends, people in power, making decisions. All I need right now is your email. It'll be really helpful in getting support from funding bodies later on. Thank you so much for listening. Please do come on board with the idea of this exhibition. Please help me get it to reach its full potential. And do share with friends and family. This video, I kind of made this video specifically to share with people who have someone with autism or Asperger's in their family, but anyone is welcome to sign up at this stage. to show their support. So by all means do share the video. Thank you so much, and I'll update you soon. Thank you. Bye.